The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome to Let's Go Racing. I'm Danny Gibson, here joining you with Dick Girardi. We're coming to you from Parks Racing, bringing you all the latest in horse racing and news from around the country. It's Belmont Stakes Day. Will our Kentucky Derby winner Rich strike again? And get into your car, come out and hang with us here at Parks. We're also going to take a look at our Parks horses that took on stakes competition at different racetracks at Penn National and Monmouth. They were a little bit of everywhere, but the big day is here and up in New York, of course.
It's hard to believe the Triple Crown is already over, Danny, at about 7 o'clock tonight. But the Belmont Stakes Day, the return of Rich Strike, can he do it again? 80-1. The first Saturday in May, the shocking result that you and I were there for, we were, 50 yards away from when he came by us. It's like, did that just happen? So I will say this about Rich Strike. I watched his work on video on Memorial Day at Churchill. It was terrific. I'm starting to think maybe this wasn't a fluke. Maybe this is who he is now, but we'll see. Short field, only 8. We're talking on Tuesday right before they're taking entries. It's interesting, there's 1 speed horse, We the People, and 7 dead closers in this race. So We the People and Flavien Prat have a gigantic tactical edge. Now, will they be good enough or not is another question. But I'm not even sure who's going to be favored. Will it be Mo Donegal, who's a New York horse, 5th in the Derby, does the Pletcher route, Derby skips the Preakness to the Belmont, Creative Minister gets some play, 3rd in the Preakness. But we said this a couple weeks ago, Danny, it's the first time since 1954, as our good friend Jay Pridman pointed out, that the Derby winner didn't run in the Preakness, and the Preakness winner isn't running in the Belmont. So kind of a strange year, but the Belmont Stakes is always cool.
Yeah, definitely a little different, but I'm a believer in Rich Strike. I'm with you. I'm liking what I'm seeing. He's going to have some different contenders. Dick and I are going to give our picks a little later in the race. Here's more on the Belmont Stakes.
Less pace in this race. Do you see him closer to the pace, and you think he'll be able to be effective under those circumstances?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the pace will be near as fast. He's still probably going to drop back. That's just his style of running. I don't think he'll drop back near as far. And I think the turning for home, if he's close enough, he'll have a real good shot at it. But it's definitely not a race where you want to come from way, way back. But we've tried a couple times to get him going early, and it didn't work. So unless he changes his strategy, he's going to have to run the same kind of race. Just
going to the front, I assume, is your plan.
Yeah, he doesn't have to, but, you know, we got to play the break and go from there. That's not my job. Flavien knows what to do.
The extra distance, the 1.5 miles, does it concern you?
The way he got up out, last time, I mean, it's always a question mark, but I guess based on what we saw last time, based on what Flavien said to me after the race, we are hoping he's going to be okay on a 1.5 miles.
Has he always struck you as a horse that would be effective going longer?
Yeah, I mean, he's a horse that definitely, from the very beginning, showed us that he wanted to run longer. We sprinted him his first out. He closed really well to be 3rd. Came back and was able to win next time, going 1 mile and 16th here at Belmont, and then stretched out in the Remsen. I thought he ran a very credible race in the Derby. He was still closing at the end. Unfortunately, he drew the 1 hole. He didn't break well. We dropped back. We were 19th going into the first turn. We only were ahead of the eventual winner and ended up having to go a little wide. But, what I liked is he kept running to the wire and kept finding a little more. He just couldn't quite get there.
He's trained well since his last race in the Preakness?
Fantastic. I mean, this horse he's bitten everybody that's handled him all week. And, you like to see that aggressive, and he's knocking out the feed tub. And, I took the recipe from Sarava years back. I went straight from Pimlico here because I do believe that the trainers that are based here at Belmont have a bit of an advantage. This racetrack is tricky. The first runner I had here in '99 was an embarrassing performance because I think I kind of overtrained the horse, and the horse didn't run well, and came back and kind of figured out what I needed to do. But this horse he's got a real chance.
Well, definitely going to be some great racing up in New York, including the Belmont Stakes. We're going to talk more about Belmont Stakes a little later in the card, but here at Parks, we're going to be celebrating the Belmont Stakes. The gates are already open. First post is 12:05. They're going to have the family fun in the picnic area, and they're going to have the Basset Hounds in between the horse racing.
Can I bet on the Basset Hounds, Danny?
Well, I'm not sure there's pari-mutuel betting, but you can pick.
Maybe you and I could see which Basset Hound we like and have a head-to-head bet.
Exactly.
I like it.
I like the one with the long floppy ears. They're going to be running everywhere. It's going to be a good time.
Speed.
They're going to call it Bark at the Park, but they're going to be here. It's going to be a great day here at Parks. Let's get to some local racing. Let's take a look back at Monday's 9th race, an allowance optional claiming. The price is $16,000 for the claiming tag for fillies and mares going 1 mile on the turf, $45,000 purse, and our favorite is the number 7, Equal Measure, that Ruben Silvera, Jamie Ness team up that we see so often.
Yeah, this is a really interesting $40,000 claim back in mid-February at Aqueduct. Clearly, Jamie Ness and the owners were claiming this horse to get on the turf at Parks when the turf horse opened.
Harold Wiley takes second choice with Madame Rouge at 3-1. Sylvester Gonzalez. We see those Harold Wiley horses at good prices usually on the turf.
No doubt. This horse is just at 3-1, but solid paper and certainly a contender in it.
Here's Chris Griffin with our local race of the week.
Moonchant had to work, but is up top. It's Moonchant who's up by a full length. Tazwea is right up on the outside in second. Here comes Equal Measure. Red Cap is progressing with the green sleeves out in the center of the course, and Madame Rouge, they pass. Golden EIB microphone with less than a half mile to go. Up on the far outside is Current Situation. Neon City is starting to split rivals. Solid Gold Dancer has got a real wide rally. Porno More from the back, Turpie and Caddy LaBelle. They work into the far turn, 47-1 was that half mile time, and Moonchant is trying to fend them off. Tazwea is right up alongside, and here comes Tazwea ready to challenge Moonchant. They're head and head as they approach a quarter mile left to go. Madame Rouge is fully extended. Equal Measures gotta go now, is within 2 of the lead. It's Tazwea who's got the lead at the top of the lane. Equal Measure, Madame Rouge, they chase out in the center of the course. Neon City is going to tip towards the outside. Moonchant is back to 4th. Tazwea is still in front. Now Equal Measure's putting together a rally out in the center of the course. It's Tazwea and Equal Measure. Madame Rouge back to 3rd. Tazwea is very game.
Tazwea gets the win off the layoff for trainer Michael Pino. Owner, breeder, Shadwell Stable. Obviously a really classy filly by Frosted.
Yeah, by Frosted, a PA Derby winner, and boy, I was surprised at the price, Danny, given the paper that this horse has in back. But hey, you know what? Wish I'd have been here for 20-1, and Jamie Ness ran really well to be second.
Yeah, I talked to jockey Andrew Wolfson after the race. He said this filly is just so classy.
Yeah.
She had a ton of run the whole race. He just opened her up, and it was see you later. Well, we're going to head to our first break. When we come back, we're going to have national races, and we're going to check out the fastest horse at Parks, Hollywood Jet, see how he does in the Mr. Prospector Stakes, coming up on Let's Go Racing.
It's River Dog at the top of the stretch with plenty of company coming. Hollywood Jet is there in second.
Did you know the Pennsylvania horse racing industry provides health care and pensions for thousands of workers who in turn spend their income supporting local communities? And we do it with 0 tax dollars while creating tens of thousands of jobs.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now, and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
The PA Horse Breeders Association introduces the Pennsylvania Stallion Series. 4 brand new races to be run at Parks for PA-sired, PA-bred 2-year-olds. There are 2 $100,000 contests on August 22nd, PA Day at the races. September 24th, PA Derby Day, has 2 more races, each with a $200,000 purse. The PA Stallion Series, yet another reason why Pennsylvania is the premier place to breed and race. For more, please visit pabred.com.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
The hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living
in Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs, and billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our national coverage is brought to you by the Chapman Auto Group. Their emblem's not on the back of your car or truck. Well, you did pay too much. Let's head to Monmouth Park. It's the $100,000 Mr. Prospector Stakes going 6 furlongs. And our favorite is our boy, Hollywood Jet. He is the fastest horse at Parks for owner-trainer Carlos Milan.
What a claim. Danny's won 7 in a row with Hollywood Jet, and he wins them all the same way. To the front and goodbye.
River Dog takes second choice for Kelly Breen and Paco Lopez. They're big people out at Monmouth Park.
They are big people. Kelly wins a lot of races. Obviously, Paco is the man at Monmouth Park. And there's a lot of early pace in this race, a lot of good horses. John Service has a horse in here, Milton the Monster. Fascinating race on paper.
Absolutely. And it's our track announcer, Chris Griffin, with the call of the Mr. Prospector Stakes.
And it's a photo back in front. Hollywood Jet is right up on the outside in second. Doc Hamster is driven along. Greeley and Ben has a 3-wide rally, and here comes Greeley and Ben after the hot pace. It's River Dog at the top of the stretch with plenty of company coming. Hollywood Jet is there in second. Greeley and Ben is motoring down the center of the racetrack, and Doc Hamster, Drafted the gray, is rolling down the grandstand side. Here comes Drafted, who's coming after Greeley and Ben, who's taking the lead. It's Greeley and Ben with a nose in front. Hollywood Jet and the oncoming strides of Drafted. Drafted is ready to roll on by. Drafted's taking the lead. Drafted wins the Mr. Prospector Stakes. Then came Greeley and Ben. It's a photo.
The gray gets up for the win, but a great race by Hollywood Jet and Milton the Monster, who's dead heated for third place.
So the two Parks horses dead heated, and Milton Monster coming up the rail late. But this was a perfect setup for Drafted, Danny. You'll never get a better spot for a dead closer in a sprint. Hugely fast-paced, contested. I thought Hollywood Jet ran great. Under pressure the whole way to finish third. Look, Carlos had to be really happy. He was concerned first time shipping, first time against those kind of horses. Ran a winning race, just didn't win.
There's kind of a fun pattern, too, with trainer David Dugan of Drafted and a PA bred, King Kublai, that he ships down here. Whenever Drafted wins, King Kublai comes to Parks and wins. So look out for that combination. I even messaged him, and he said, yep, we'll have to get him down to Parks. Well, let's go to Penn National. It was their big night. It's the Grade 2 Penn Mile for 3-year-olds on the turf. $400,000 is the purse, and the favorite is Annapolis at 1-2.
So Todd Pletcher had considered Annapolis for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile turf last year, had won twice on turf in New York. Didn't run in that race, but first time since October, a heavy favorite at 1-2.
And there's 2 co-choice favorites at 5-1. Let's talk about the number 8, Fort Washington, for Shug McGahee.
Right, Fort Washington, good paper. Certainly has been against some good horses. Fits really nicely here at the Penn Mile.
Here's the call of the Penn Mile.
Round the clubhouse turn here after an opening quarter in 24 flat. And with command, it is Uncaptured Spirit, clear by 2.5 lengths. To the outside, Annapolis. Inside, then, Wow, What a Summer. Far outside, then, 02035. Length and a half, then, to Red Danger. Moving up, then, Fort Washington. Inside, No Need to Worry. And dropping back, then, as they move to the turn. The half up in 49-2. And along the inside now, Wow, What a Summer. Goes to Engage. Uncaptured Spirit for the lead. Annapolis sits third with about 2 to make up. Go back about 4.5 lengths then to Red Danger. Next in line, 02035. They're then followed by Witty with No Need to Worry. Fort Washington well back. They race to the top of the stretch in the Penn Mile. Wow, What a Summer takes over now. Annapolis tries to move up the outside. Uncaptured Spirit next toward the rail. Red Danger looks to come on as they race to the 8th pole. Wow, What a Summer, and Tyler Connor have the lead here. Here's Annapolis now with Irene Ortiz Jr. These two will decide it. It is Wow, What a Summer. Annapolis trying to come on. Wow, What a Summer for Tyler Connor in the Penn Mile.
Wow, What a Summer wins it a whopping 80-1 with jockey Tyler Connor, who's a good jockey. He rides up at Penn regularly. He was out in California for a while. But interesting night.
Yeah, Tyler's always in the top 3 out there. He's won the jockey's race out there. Been second and third a couple of times. This was obviously the ride of his life. Great call by my buddy John Bogar, who said, "Wow, what a summer at 83-1." And look, I think the course had a lot to do with a lot of these results. There were some bizarre results. We'll show you in a little bit. A lot of rain the night before. It was a soft course. Annapolis just didn't look like he could handle it right. He kept trying. And speaking of horses that are really good that didn't get to show their best stuff, Witty, the good PA bred, who everybody knows here at Parks, won the PA Nursery. First time on turf. half the Caravel, so I think they thought that he would like the turf. But this course was so boggy, it's hard to tell what he liked or didn't like. He never really ran at all.
And jockey Tyler Connor had a huge night. He won three stakes. And a little fun fact, just as good as he is a jockey, he's a good dirt bike rider as well.
Dirt bike rider. See, that's why you come to this show. You learn stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely do. He's a heck of a dirt bike rider. Well, let's go to Belmont Park. It was the Pennine Ridge Stakes. It's a grade 2 for 3-year-olds. $200,000 purse going a mile and 1/8. And our favorite is Emmanuel, 9-5 for trainer Top Pletcher, Windstar, and Sienna Farm.
Now, he was in the Fountain of Youth, ran well behind Simplification, finished 4th, ran a good 3rd behind Zandon in the Bluegrass, but I guarantee you, Danny, that always been waiting to get this horse on the grass. He's by more than ready. It was just screaming grass, and he's on the grass today.
Unanimous consent takes second choice for Chad Brown, no stranger to the turf.
Now, Chad Brown, turf, good horses? No, that never happens.
Here's the call to Pennine Ridge Stakes.
Emmanuel is in front by 2. Daunt in second, and on the outside, unanimous consent next and third. Then a break of 2, back to Napoleonic War, another length to Elazar, and 3 more to Limited Liability. Opening quarter, 25 seconds. Emmanuel setting the pace here, leading by 2. Daunt in pursuit in second, another 2 to unanimous consent in third. Then 2.5 lengths to Napoleonic War, followed by Elazar, Limited Liability at the back. Positions unchanged, and they are strung out here after a half mile in a slow 51-3. It is Emmanuel on top here. In front right from the beginning. Emmanuel holding a 2-length lead. Daunt is second. On the outside is unanimous consent. And then comes Napoleonic War, followed by Elazar and Limited Liability. Emmanuel takes the field around the far turn and heads for the top of the stretch. It's Emmanuel in front. Unanimous consent on the outside. Then Daunt. Napoleonic War has gained some ground. Elazar is down at the rail, and Limited Liability. The field is in the stretch. It is Emmanuel in front. Elazar down towards the rail. On the outside, Napoleonic War, then unanimous consent. It is Emmanuel who's been the leader right from the get-go, and Emmanuel is going to win his turf debut.
Irad took Emmanuel to the lead and never looked back. Nice win for him.
Yeah, no doubt, and Irad, even for him, is on a wild roll at the moment, and he's going over to Royal Ascot to ride all of Wesley Ward's horses at the great meet in England. So Irad hot, and Emmanuel looks like he'll be a major player in a 3-year-old turf division.
Absolutely. Really versatile horse, can run on the turf and the dirt. Nice win for Emmanuel and Irad. Well, it's time for us to head to another break. When we come back, we're going to recap all the great things that the Parks horses did on Penn Mile Night, so stick around.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our Jockey and Trainer of the Week is brought to you by Turning for Home, our racehorse retirement program right here at Parks Racing. And our Jockey of the Week is Andrew Wolfson. Nice win on Teswaya in our local race. And he really is. He's a great dirt rider, but he's an exceptional turf rider. And I talked to him. He learned to ride under Jonathan Shepard, legendary Jonathan Shepard.
Definitely legendary is used often, overused, not in the case of Jonathan Shepard, who is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he showed me he was telling me some of the ways that they were taught to ride in a barn really close together so they were comfortable on a turf course being close together. And he really knows what he's doing out there.
Of course, Jonathan's farm is down in Chester County, Pennsylvania.
Our Trainer of the Week is Harold Wiley. And Had one of those great bombs that we're going to talk about
Yes,
in
he
one of
did.
the upcoming races for a second. But Harold Wiley shows up.
He does, and every once in a while, look out at a big price.
Well, let's give you one of those great Turning for Home Spotlight of the Week horses. It's Twixie Cat, and you can see Twixie Cat here. He's in all his glory with all his ribbons he won at his first horse show this past weekend in South Carolina at the New Vocations Charity Horse Show. He's with one of our partner farms down in Aiken, South Carolina, Full Gallop Farm, and Laura Anderson. And he also won the Fresh Off the Track Award as he just retired from trainer Mariah Montoya and Just in Time Racing. He raced 28 times right here at Parks Racing, mostly with earnings over $111,000.
And now a nice new home in retirement.
He is doing good and loving the horse shows. Well, let's get into some race recap. Let's recap all the greatness from Penn Mile Night. Let's start with the 4 race with anticipation stakes $100,000. PA breds on the turf, a mile and 16th, and it was a bog, like you said, but keep an eye on the 5 By Land and Sea.
Yeah, By Land and Sea is the heavy favorite. Flavian Pratt in here for our good buddy Tony Dutrow. This horse comes off some really strong races at Belmont. And watch it, she's kind of staggering in the stretch here a little bit, just I think because of the bog-like conditions, still wins convincingly. But check out the 9, Laco Amino. Tim Woolley at 74-1 is closing. I said there were a lot of wild results on this bog-like grass course.
Yeah, but By Land and Sea gets the win for our good friend Joe and Basie, the Pennsylvania bred by the damn Twiggles, who we love. And You Must Chill for trainer Jamie Ness does get up for 3rd, but like you said, interesting results. It looked like the turf was a factor for sure.
It was a huge factor, no doubt.
Well, let's go to the Penn Oaks for our 3-year-old fillies back on the turf going 1 mile, $150,000. And Ivory Empress, Harold Wiley, who we just gave Trainer of the Week honors to, she's on the lead, setting the pace with jockey Dexter Haddock.
Is loose in the lead, fractions moderate, 64-1 for Ivory Empress. But there is the looming presence of the 4, Haughty, Chad Brown, Flavian Pratt. Odds on at 2-5. It's going to win convincingly, but Ivory Empress holds on really nicely for 2nd in the Penn Oaks. So congratulations to Harold Wiley and his team, 2nd in a big-time stake race at Penn National.
And you see Haughty making that wide move off the turn. You have to think the turf was affecting like them getting a hold of it.
There is no doubt. I make the numbers for Penn. This was one of the hardest nights I've ever had to do because the fractions were bizarre. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't take a lot of stock in the numbers because this is not a course these horses will ever see again.
Yeah. Well, let's get off the turf. Let's get back on the dirt. And it's the New Start Stakes, $100,000 for our 3-year-old fillies, Pennsylvania breds. And Golden Tabby is on the lead for trainer Kate DeMasi and Sylvester Gonzalez. And take it from here.
Now, Golden Tabby runs really well, as Danny said, is loose in the lead, but there's the looming presence of Bazinga C. And our man Joe Bessiker was there with all the family, and Bazinga C is going to roll on by. Tim Kreiser has now won 4 in a row. So congratulations to Joe B. And Kate got a good 2nd with Golden Tabby.
She sure did. Well, great night at Penn National for everybody, and our Parks horses really showed up. It's time for Ion Racing, and let's go back to New York because other than the Belmont Stakes, there's some other really big races going on. They have 8 Grade 1s.
Yeah, I think you could make the case that other than the Breeders' Cup Saturday, this is the best card of the year every year, and the race everybody's looking forward to is the Eastern debut of the Great Flight Line in the Met Mile, and not a walkover with Speaker's Corner, who's been really hot for Belmont this year. You got Latrusco, the reigning filly and mare champion, Eclipse Award winner, against the 3-year-old filly champion Malathot, the Ogden Phipps, and you got Jack Christopher. Danny and I saw win the Pate Mile at Churchill Downs in his 3-year-old debut. Could not have been more impressive. He'll run in the Woody Stevens as a prep for the Haskell.
Yeah, some really exciting races up there, and also again racing here at Parks. Post time 12:05. Gates open. The gates are open, and it's really fun to watch the Belmont on the big screen right here at Parks. And of course, the Basset Hounds are going to be adorable. Well, it's time for our final break. When we come back, news and notes on Let's Go Racing.
The PA Horse Breeders Association introduces the Pennsylvania Stallion Series. 4 brand new races to be run at Parks for PA-sired, PA-bred 2-year-olds. There are 2 $100,000 contests on August 22nd. PA Day at the races. September 24th, PA Derby Day, has 2 more races, each with a $200,000 purse. The PA Stallion Series. Yet another reason why Pennsylvania is the premier place to breed and race. For more, please visit PABred.com.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in a Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Racehorses are pampered.
Treated with care and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
And they do right by us.
the hard-working folks,
Who proudly earn our living.
In Pennsylvania's horse racing,
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
but it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs,
Jobs and billions in economic impact each year.
all across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our news and notes is brought to you by the Granny Fund, which provides continuing education for our backstretch community. And of course, Chris is up on Sirius Radio Today, channel 85 on Down the Stretch at 11 a.m. And one of our horsemen is just 10 wins away from a very big number, the legendary John McCaslin, one of the great characters of the backside.
2,000 is a large number for any trainer, and as you said, John is only 10 away, so we'll do a countdown.
Well, it's time for our countdown, and we have to give our Belmont Stakes winner picks. I'll go first. I'm not going to do it to myself. I'm Rich Strike.
Yes.
I'm going to go with Sonny Leone, the Parks connections. I love the way this horse is coming into the race. I think he's a little up against it with the pace scenario, but I feel good.
Yeah, look, I don't think the Derby win was as flukish as it looks given how he's worked since then. Look, I couldn't have predicted it beforehand, but you got to deal in reality. It was a really good race, but that setup was perfect. He had the fastest opening quarter mile in Derby history. That's not the setup he gets here today. There's one speed horse, We the People. Anybody who's been watching this show all these years knows I love early speed, lone speed, Flavian Pratt, loose in the lead, We the People to the front and gone in the Belmont.
I will be having a super going with We the People, Rich Strike, Mo Donegal, and Creative Minister, that kind of combination somehow.
No nest for you.
No nest.
No fillies for Danny, and no Mo Donegal. You got all.
No, I used him in my four.
But
he's not
picked
in
him
the
to
top.
win the Derby.
He's
That's
not.
it.
I don't think he's going to win.
All right.
Sorry.
Rich
Sorry,
Strike,
Mo.
you've jumped off the Mo Donegal bandwagon.
Well, that wraps it up for Dick and I. Come hang out with us. We're going to go back to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday racing next week, post time 12:55. Thanks for joining us here on Let's Go Racing. We'll see you next week.
And they're off. Speaker's Corner has early speed. Hot Rod Charlie, Midnight Bourbon, American Revolution. American Revolution, a 16th to go. Hot Rod Charlie is opening up. Hot Rod Charlie will win the Pennsylvania.